Right guys, hi, we're indoors, it's a Saturday evening and it's quite chilly out. Well, and the purpose of this is to show my take on the bannock. I'm going to mix it up and maybe make a little one up. Make this up as a dry thing at home, and then you take it out into the woods with you rather than mix it out there. It's a very simple method of making this bannock mix up. Now you can either use oil, which is here, or some fat. Here I'm using butter. You can use Trex, you can use any form of shortening, maybe a little bit of suet paste, a bit of suet, but I'm going to use butter for this, and that way you don't have to add it when you get out there. This is a standard recipe and I will go for a bit more of it in a minute about splitting it up for various things. So here we go. First of all, you need dried skim milk, self-raising flour. I don't know what you would call it out in America, but this has got baking powder, or what I think the Americans would call baking soda in. And we've got a little bit of bicarb soda here as well. And it's quite easy to make up. Oh, not forgetting a little bit of salt. So basically you open the flour up, if it will open up, come on. I've got this scoop here. You need 3 of these scoops of flour. That's 1. 2. 3. Drop the scoop in there, roll down the top, that can go back in the cupboard. Right, next thing you need is, I've been trying to get full cream powder but it's almost impossible to get. So I'm using dried skim milk powder, which you and basically you need 2 scoopfuls. So this can be quite dusty. Some dried skim milk powders tend to be very powdery like. So you want 1. 2, possibly enough in there for a half mix. So I'll pop that back into the cupboard. Right, there we go. So good bit of salt, about that much, and some bicarb soda. It helps with the aeration because you're not using yeast to aerate your dough, you're using, it's about a pinch, a good pinch. There we go, right. And back in the cupboard. Now what we've got to do is basically whisk all this lot together, work it through so it's all, I'm using a whisk to make it, to work it through. It's quite a lot here actually. More than I actually intended to make, but right. And you want a good knob of butter. I'm using butter as opposed to oil because I want to keep this in a pot for a few days because I intend to use it over next week. I'll use about that much butter. Right, and all you've got to do is just rub it through. You can feel the coarseness of the skim milk powder in this flour. Right. Now as I was saying, this is a plain mix. There's nothing sweet about this at all. And the reason for this is because I want to be able to use the mix for both savoury or plain bannock and sweet bannock with things like nuts, maybe a little bit of maple syrup in. Maybe make a cheesy one up as well. A bit of grated cheese can go in this maybe. Whoa, it's going over the edge. There we go, guys. That's the bannock mix all made. Right. And basically, you just pop it into one of these pots. In fact, I can use the scoop for this. And that's your bannock mix all ready to go out camping with. Alright. What I'm going to do now is turn the camera off, get some more boxes to put this in, and then I'm going to make up a little bit and cook it on the stove, see how it comes out. It's just going to be a plain mix. We've got some butter and I've got some other bits and pieces I can put in it. So I'll see you on the next thing, guys. Right, put the bannock mix into the bowl. You will need to take a mixing bowl of some sort, obviously, if you go out into the woods. It is got to heat the pan up, right, from quite a low heat. Right, you can get collapsible bowls. Use the bottom of your billy can maybe. But say I'm using a mixing bowl for the thing. Now, many ways you can mix this up. You don't want it too sloppy, and you don't want it too tight. I'm going to use a fork. There we go. Right. And you just put just a little drop of water in there, like so. So as I say, you don't want to make this too sloppy. This can be used as a pie crust as well. If you wish to make a pigeon pie, for instance, you've caught yourself a pigeon, you ripped and stripped it, or flipped and stripped it, then makes an excellent base for a pie crust. There we go. Coming together quite nice. I'm going to get my hands dirty now. Maybe just a flash more water, not much, just like that. Right, there we go. Now I could do with probably a flash more water on it. It's a bit crumbly, it's more like a scone than a bannock. There we go. If you're lucky enough to have a type of workboard, you know, chopping board, by all means use that to hand your bannock up in. Right. There we go. That's your basic bannock made up. Then you just flatten it out. But I could do with a little bit more flour for this. Just to flatten it out. You can always put some of your bannock mix to one side. But anyway, there you are, just flatten it out. Hot enough, I think. Yeah, that feels nice and warm. You don't want your pan too hot. You can actually pop this bannock into some ashes on the fire. Bake it as an type of ash cake. Alright, let's just scrape this up. Yep, right. And if I just pan around. There we go, guys. There is the bannock on there. As I say, you can put maple syrup, sugar, some sweetening agent in it and make it a sweet bannock. You can put grated cheese in this, make it a bit more savoury. You can put nuts, you can put dried fruit. It is a completely universal thing. But anyway, I'm just going to let this cook for a while. I'm going to turn the camera off because obviously it's going to take a while to do, and we don't want to watch the paint dry. So I'll see you in a minute, guys. Well, there we go, guys. It's cooked. Looks very nice. I'm going to turn the heat off. Whoa. It's cooked. Right, the bannock itself, that size measure that I used, which is this one, it's from the Primus mess kit. I'm not sure how much this actually holds, so I'm just going to have a look. It holds 250 mils. It will make a bannock that's big enough to go in this tin. So this is the 16 centimetre billy can insert, and it fits quite neatly into that. So you could actually put it in there, put the lid on top, stick it into the ashes. Make sure that it's well greased because this is going to stick. So with my dinner I'm going to have myself a piece of bannock, and I'm going to look forward to eating it. As I said, it's 3 flour, 2 skimmed milk powder, a good pinch of salt, a good pinch of bicarb, and a good knob of butter. Mix it all down, a little bit of water to dough it up, and there you go. You can put nuts in this, raisins, sultanas, you can put coconut in it, cheese in it, sweeten it off with some maple syrup, golden syrup, black treacle, or even just plain old sugar. The choice is entirely up to you. I do hope the video has proved of interest to you all. Thank you very much for watching. Your comments and views will be greatly appreciated.